Throughout our country, millions of people are no longer able to live in their own homes. They're elderly and cannot take care of themselves. They're sick and need full-time medical attention. They're homeless or physically and mentally disabled. All of these people have one thing in common. They have very few, if any, friends and family members who can care for them. Most of their days are spent alone, with very few opportunities to celebrate. At the same time, in communities across the country, there are hundreds of thousands of individuals who are looking for fulfilling opportunities to impact the quality of life for themselves and for others. Some of these people have become volunteers for the Holiday Project. These volunteers are now providing something very special for people residing in institutions. We're bringing them a reason to celebrate a holiday. The Holiday Project is a national, nonprofit organization whose volunteers visit with people in hospitals, nursing homes, psychiatric, and other institutions on holidays throughout the year. The purpose of the Holiday Project is to offer volunteers an opportunity to contribute to those we visit and to provide an opportunity for those we visit to contribute to us. We bring smiles, laughter, hugs, cards, and gifts to the people we visit. Many volunteers say that their experience of the holiday has been transformed into a time of giving and sharing, and the reports we receive from the institutions confirm that their residents really appreciate our visits. It's easy to set up a Holiday Project visit, and there are several important things to do to ensure that the volunteers, the staff at the facility, and the people visited all get value from participation with the Holiday Project. These are the steps. 1, choosing the facility and setting up the visit. 2, inviting and confirming volunteers. 3, preparing for the visit. 4, managing the logistics of the visit. And 5, completing the visit. Let's start with step 1. Choose a facility to visit according to need. Consider a facility not usually visited by other groups in your community. Call the facility and ask for the activities director or the volunteer department. Introduce yourself and the Holiday Project. You'll know by the person's reaction if you've chosen the right facility.
Hi, Lois. This is Candace with the Holiday Project. Are you familiar with the Holiday Project? Great. Well, let me fill you in on what we are. We're a national nonprofit organization, and what we do is we visit the residents of nursing homes and institutions on holidays and regular days throughout the year.
Choose a date and time that's convenient for both the facility and for the volunteers. If most of your volunteers work during the day, plan your visit for a weekend. For scouts, youth groups, school children, or corporations, plan a weekday visit. Most facilities prefer that you do not come during meal hours. The Holiday Project plans visits primarily around holidays. Did you know that there's at least one holiday in every month of the year? We like our visits to have a holiday theme for 2 reasons. On holidays, the people we visit are often most in touch with past memories of happier times. Our visitors are often welcomed as new family members with whom to share precious memories. For the volunteers, sharing part of their holiday with someone who has no other visits leaves them with a new meaning of what the holiday is all about. If possible, plan your visit right on the day of the holiday, especially on Christmas Day. This has the greatest impact for both the volunteers and those visited. When talking to the person at the facility, complete a facility checklist. Request a room or the lobby to use for the volunteer meetings before and after the visit. Get directions to the facility and information about parking. Find out if there are any restrictions. Are children allowed? Can you bring pets? Can you bring in food? The second step is inviting volunteers. The simple rule is to invite everyone you know to join you, your friends, family members, and co-workers. Ask people to invite their friends.
And I'm calling to invite you to a Holiday Project visit that's coming up on May 8th. Well, the location's going to be at Golden Hill Healthcare Center, and the visit starts at 10 o'clock, and we're going to be meeting there at 9:45. Great, that's a great idea. Please bring your husband too, that'd be terrific.
We recommend that you follow a guideline for determining the number of volunteers for each visit. If you plan for 1 volunteer for each 10 residents at the facility, there'll be a sufficient number of volunteers so that each volunteer can spend quality time with the residents, and the group will have plenty of time for the visit. Make up a simple flyer with everything people need to know: date, time, place, directions, where to park, and where to meet in the facility. Confirm volunteers 7 to 10 days prior to the visit and remind them that the residents at the facility are looking forward to their visit. Step 3 is preparing for the visit. Put together a materials packet with the supplies you need: name tags, marking pen, liability sign-in sheets, You're the Gift stickers, and a visit report form. You may want to bring holiday gifts or cards to the people you visit. Many local vendors will donate gifts because you are serving a needed segment of your community. If you want to bring gifts, check with the facility in advance to ensure that the gifts you're planning to bring are appropriate. Scout groups and school children love to make holiday cards. Another option is to organize a card-making party in advance of your visit. Step 4 is to manage the logistics of the visit. Be the first to arrive at the facility. Let the facility know you are there and set up your materials in the meeting room or lobby. Ask the first people who arrive to help make the name tags. Everyone must sign the liability release agreement. The opening meeting is one of the most important aspects of the visit. The purpose of this meeting is to acknowledge the volunteers and prepare them for the visit. Allow 15 minutes for this meeting and include the following. Thank volunteers for coming and remind them that they're doing something wonderful for others as well as for themselves. Tell them something about the holiday project and that people in other locations all around the country are also visiting for the holiday. Ask volunteers who've never been on a visit to raise their hands and have the experienced volunteers share about their experience of visiting.
So I walked up to her, and as soon as I touched her shoulder, she opened her eyes, and a big smile came on her face, and it just opened my heart. I couldn't believe it, and I offered her a hug, and she just took to me like glue.
Introduce your contact at the facility and ask that person to tell the volunteers something about the people at the facility.
Our residents need so many visitors. None of them have enough. No matter how many they have, it's never enough, and I can't tell you how much having the holiday project coming here to Golden Hill means to us.
Tell the visitors that we're there to visit with everybody, and they may meet some people who seem incommunicative. Invite volunteers to discover other ways to communicate, like holding hands and offering hugs. Distribute the visitor guidelines and go through it with the group. Invite volunteers to share and ask questions. If you have gifts or cards, let the visitors know about them. If you have song sheets, distribute them. Let the volunteers know the time to be back for the completion meeting and ask them to stay until the meeting is done. If it's a large facility, break up into subgroups and assign each subgroup a part of the facility to visit. Choose a leader for each of the subgroups. Allow 1 to 2 hours for the actual visit. When on a particular floor or wing of a facility, volunteers should visit with everyone who wants a visitor. Start together in the community room. Stop and talk to residents in the halls, especially those in wheelchairs. Walk down the halls and knock on residents' doors and ask if they would like a visitor. Include the employees at the facility in your visit, too. When it's time to move to the next floor or wing, have the group move together. At the end of the visit, have the volunteers meet again for a brief meeting. The purpose of the meeting is to give the volunteers the opportunity to share about their experience of the visit. Include the following. Acknowledge the volunteers. Invite someone to share about their experience of the visit. Thank everyone for coming. Invite volunteers to join you for the next visit. Ask if anyone is interested in helping to organize future visits. The final step is completing the visit. After the visit, send a thank you note or postcard to every volunteer. Fill in the visit report form and mail or fax it to the appropriate person. Create a mailing list of volunteers. And finally, let the person who invited you know whether you'd like to lead another visit. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you will join us by organizing a holiday project visit. There are hundreds of thousands of residents and institutions throughout this country who have the same hope.
And grace, I swear.